Morning everyone. This video is for the Professionals 35 Plus Ministry in the Melbourne Church of Christ, and as the topic of and so we're just going to be starting to do these weekly messages just to inspire you, just to give you something to reflect on as you set about the working week. So the little messages are not going to relate specifically to the quarterly theme which we have, but they are going to just be things that are related to us as working professionals or business owners. So the message today, and just for people who, so most people who are watching this are going to be in that Professionals 35 Plus group, but some of you won't be, and some of you won't know who I am. So I'm Daniel G. Taylor. Hello. I'm a marketer is the simple, and speaker is the simplest, shortest version of what I am and who I do. And I have the privilege of being able to be a part of the Professionals 35 Plus group in the Melbourne Church of Christ. So I'd like to just share some thoughts and on the topic of working for the Lord. And this fits in really well with the message which Aaron preached yesterday, which was that he was speaking about idleness. Aaron Asila preached about yesterday, and his message was all about idleness, and that idleness meant more than just being lazy. Idleness means being irresponsible and undisciplined. And that's certainly something which I've struggled with, even like very recently. Undisciplined and applying myself to my work. Undisciplined in staying up very late, and as a result being tired and not being able to do the creative thinking for which I'm employed. So I'm going to link to Aaron's sermon from yesterday, so you'll be able to listen to that. And if you want to explore further on what he said there, I'm not going to repeat what he said, but this will complement it nicely. So how do I move here? So our text for this week is Colossians 3:22-24 from the New International Reader's Version, and it says, "Slaves, obey your earthly masters in everything. Don't do it just to please them when they are watching you. Obey them with an honest heart. Do it out of respect for the Lord. Work at everything you do with all your heart. Work as if you're working for the Lord, not for human masters. Work because you know that you will finally receive as a reward what the Lord wants you to have. You are serving the Lord Christ." And there's a couple of key ideas that I want to highlight here, and I'm going to make a practical suggestion around it. So I'm just going to draw out a couple of things here. The first is, don't just please your bosses when they're watching you. Obey them for an honest, open heart. Do it out of respect for the Lord. So, and just tying that into, work because you know that you'll finally receive as a reward what the Lord wants you to have. You are serving the Lord Christ. Brian Tracy, who is an author, recommends that if you want to succeed in your career, that you start an hour earlier and you finish an hour later than everybody else. This will make you stand out in the marketplace. Now, as Christians, we're called, to be outstanding. We're called to be influencers and to be leaders. And so that's something practical that we can do. We can start an hour earlier, finish an hour later, and in that time, use that extra time to add value to the company that goes beyond what we're being paid for. And why we want to do that is because it's a result of us working in a way that we are pleasing God through the things that we're doing. We're getting to serve Jesus through our acts of the work which we do, regardless of what our job is. But it's just very clear to remember that our job is actually work for God. And in verse 24, work because you know that you'll finally receive as a reward what the Lord wants you to have. And then this is complemented nicely in 1 Corinthians 15:58, which says, my dear brothers and sisters, stand firm. Don't let anything move you. Always give yourselves completely to the work of the Lord because you belong to the Lord. You know that your work is not worthless. Other versions say similar things. You know that your work doesn't go unrewarded. And the work which you're doing, the work which you are doing for your employer is work for God, and it's work for which you are storing up for yourselves treasures in heaven by doing that work. So as I come to closing, I want to, how do you know that you're doing a good job at your work? And I'm not talking about performance reviews or those kind of things. I want to give you a simple way to know that you're doing a fantastic job, an outstanding job at work. And I'm going to read a quote from a book, which is this: how many job offers have you had this month? How many people have approached you privately or publicly, called your home or your office, taken you out for coffee or lunch, and offered you a job that will pay you more money? That's the way the market tells you that you're doing a first-class job, because everybody knows who does the best job. And that's by Brian Tracy from his book, The 10 Qualities of Influential People. The market determines your value, not you. The value that you bring to the market is reflected in how the market treats you. And if you have people there, you can use this as a metric to go, okay, I know I'm getting these offers. And of course, it doesn't mean you need to take these offers. But if you're getting these offers, then you know that, yes, I'm serving the Lord wholeheartedly. And that's being reflected, and I'm having that influence within my work and my career that people want me to have. So what I'd like to get you to think on as we finish this reflection for the week is, what's one thing you can do this week to increase your value at work? I spoke about using that time, putting in some extra time each day in your job and using that time to increase the value that you bring to your work, increasing the value of your employer's company. So what's one thing that you can do? It could, maybe you decide that you want to start working, and doing that extra time. Maybe you decide that, that you're going to learn something new, or maybe you're able to do some work that you're not able to do in the time that you normally have. Whatever you do, please share it in the comments, and please like and share this video and subscribe. Thank you.